Dude, it's so good to see you, man. Congrats on the championship.
Actually,
What's up, T?
he wants you to direct all questions and comments to me.
Why? He's right here. You're right here, John. I can't talk to you anymore.
No. He's a busy man, so.
I don't understand. Like, I know we took a little bit of sabbatical and I let you do your Instagram stuff, but I thought, we'd get back to our show. Do you not want to do the show with me anymore? John? T? T? What do you got? What?
I'm John.
I'm also John.
And we can talk about stuff. It's cool.
Okay, good. I was really worried.
We can talk about
stuff.
stuff.
About me.
It's scaring about you.
He did.
Hey, no, really though. This is cool and all, but I got my friend back.
That's what I'm. Chick this shit and you throw it away.
Well, hang on.
Hey, congrats, man.
Easy, big guy.
Congratulations.
Easy. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for returning my text, buddy. Yeah, that's
Not
right.
that.
I've been
Whoa.
working out, bro.
No, I just mean ow. People don't normally shake my hand so hard.
I miss you guys. Everyone, sorry we've been on a bit of a sabbatical.
To be 100% completely honest with you, to be transparent, as corporate America likes to say,
That's a good word.
I've just been working a shit ton, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, holy bejesus.
I do remember, like, our
No, that's what pissed me off, is the last time we had an episode, I was like, in about a month, I'm going to have free time. And then when I went down to one job, that job was like, hey, man, you're going to have to work overtime in 3 locations. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. So the paychecks have been great. Free time's been non-existent.
Yeah.
So here I am.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Here, we're back. We're back in the saddle again.
Back in the saddle.
With T, best producer in the world.
And
Thanks.
she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Is this like a bit we're doing?
No, we announced it on Facebook already. You must have missed it. So she's...
Oh, on your different show?
No, on Facebook. Like her Facebook. Like her
Let's talk
personal...
about that.
Okay.
That was funny. We did
That
announce
is
it
funny.
there first.
Twice.
Nobody.
But nobody watches it that we know.
Nobody that, we
Oh, okay.
gives a shit.
So all these pop people were like, congratulations.
Yeah.
You're
She
having a
even
little
got...
Funko Pop.
She got sent a personalized card.
I did. Yeah.
And that's how we announced it on Facebook. And it was like yesterday? Yesterday you announced it on Facebook. Yeah. So we're expecting a second child.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
made me this. She
So she does crafting at Maggie Makes on Instagram, MAGYMAKES. But she made it and like wrote a special note on Tiny Moguls on its way and like pretty cool. So yeah,
Which is a Harry Potter reference.
exactly correct.
That's
And that's Hedwig, the owl on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can show that to them.
Look
too,
at is that a spirit animal? Does he get a spirit?
No,
animal?
that's his
Is that
actual animal.
Is that a Horcrux?
Right. I don't know why you'd call it a
No,
whore.
I
It's an
don't
animal,
know. Like I
but-
asked it
No,
as a
it's
question.
Hedwig. It's Hedwig. It's his
Oh,
owl.
it's just Hedwig, the owl.
Harry
That's his
Potter's
pet.
owl.
That's his pet.
So you really don't know anything about Harry Potter?
I know that this thing delivered a message, right? It said, "Hey, you're
Well, in this
going to
instance,
Hogwarts."
it delivered our baby.
It did. That's
It's really well done,
She
right?
That's really well done.
Yeah.
She like gets fabrics and stuff and
But
like
that's our
made the front of
Instagram
it.
family.
And, yeah, dude, it's been crazy.
At least you didn't get one that was like different cut up letters from like magazines, and it was like like one of those serial killer ones.
Well,
like, congratulations!
Don't show him my birthday card then.
Super cute.
That's
but
awesome.
yeah, it was crazy. So yeah, that's one of the newest things.
Congratulations!
A lot has
Thank you.
happened since now and the last John and John talked about stuff. We're new people. So I just shooting off the cuff, really, honestly, because what I've been wanting to ask you about most is I saw you were live at JPH, right?
Yeah,
You were at Live at Despite. How did that go?
It didn't go our way. This whole camp, we've been working. JPH and I, Joshua Henderson, Headcase Henderson, we've known each other about 5-6 years. We started at one gym.
Okay.
And he's such a, and when I don't want to say emotional like outbursty emotional, but he's a ball of energy, right?
Right.
And people don't know how to deal with that, and surprisingly, no coaches or anyone would like set him up with fights. So he set his own fight up. So he would set his own fights up, and then he got offered a title shot. This is a couple of years ago, just to establish where we're at. and it was against a guy who's now training in Bangkok in Thailand, who's on a monster streak. Like, this dude is way better than what he was there. So he got offered a fight at 170. JPH fights at 155. So he said, "Hey, I'll take it." And he goes,
wow.
So he goes, "Hey, can you hold pads for me?" So we started kind of working together, and we go, "Hey, this is the game plan." That fight didn't go our way, but he shouldn't have fought at 170.
Yeah,
It was
that's
out
a
of his
huge difference.
It was out of his weight class. So then, we were at the gym together, and then the gym I was at closed, and so we opened up my own spot, and he's just been there. We're just been main training partners with one of our other buddies, Donnell, and we've just been crushing it, dude. Every day, holding pads, finding out game plans, figuring out his best style. Dealing with growing pains and trying to elevate his game, because right now, amateur fighting, if you are tough enough, you can go in and win. But the way we're training is we're trying to elevate and get better, so that if we come across the guy who is better, that we're able to match that, instead of like, well, I'm used to just standing here and getting in a battle. He was coming off busting it. He broke his hand.
Yeah, I did notice that. Yeah,
He broke his hand, winning the blue corner 155 MMA title. So he's had to take time off, but he's still kind of been.
He won the title when he broke his hand.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He busted it and then won, and so they gave him some time to. Basically giving him some time to recover. So when he was
is there
back,
a time frame on when you have to defend that title by a certain time, or you really?
It's an amateur title, so it's not that big of a deal.
Right.
But you can. The promoter, every 6 months, which I get, and if not, you relinquish it and you can still go fight for it again. It's not a big deal.
Right. Yeah.
But he, so then he wanted to get back into it before defending not even really defending the title, but just get back into it. Some fights fell through. So he ended up taking I hate when people are like, "Oh, I didn't take a fight." He went in there and did it. It's so stressful to me. It's so stressful being a corner. So stressful. Like, you're there and I want to be in there fighting with the guy.
Yeah.
Like, if I could, I'd jump over the cage.
So does every guy watching on the couch at home. You know what I mean?
Like, I want to be in there, and I want to, because obviously want my guy to win, because they've put in the work and they've done everything
right.
I want to. Outside you see things that you don't see on the inside
every time, right?
And it was unlucky. Got caught with a punch and ended up the ref ended up calling it. So it was a bummer, but we're building. He's building from it, and we're learning a lot.
But that's the thing about like real competition is like it was sanctioned. So here's my thought on like fights, MMA for instance. You're two guys that train real hard. You're meeting a weight class and you're fighting each other. Like, I don't feel like there's any like. There's no disappointment in losing. Like, yeah, it sucks because you're training to win. You want to win. That's just the natural nature of a competitor. But you lost against another person who's trained and met that weight class. It's different than losing a fight on the street.
Yeah.
If you lose a fight on the street, you came across someone who was just more alpha than you. You know what I mean? Like, because you guys are just two regular-ass dudes, and your day-to-day life you've lived, you're not as alpha as this dude who fucks you up.
Well, and to me, on the street and stuff like that, there's a lot more repercussions.
Right.
And also things like, was the guy drunk? Will the guy sue you? That's my big thing. Is like, I never start anything, because the minute you do something, you can sue. I remember a woman fell in a grocery store that I was working at, and she came back and she sued because her husband no longer found her sexually attractive.
Oh.
And you can do that. Like, you can sue for that. You can sue for those things. So imagine you drop someone on their head, or you break their arm.
Oh yeah, they're done. You could kill someone.
Like
manslaughter.
The MMA fighter that died.
Oh no,
The
that was a
boxer?
boxer. Yeah, he was like
There have
28
been
or something
two
like
boxers that died within a week of each other.
That's crazy.
Due to in-ring injuries.
It was that night or
The
the day after?
The first guy, the first of those two, took like 158 unanswered punches.
Wow.
Now here's the deal. So you take MMA. It also too, any fight on that night, it could not be your night. You could be sick, or you could make one little mistake. You could slip. Like, you could just slip on the canvas, or you could just take a little bit of a bigger step than you should. You twist your ankle, and then it's done. So for that boxing, boxers only punch. So they only
Right.
they only do that. Kickboxers use kicks, punches, spinning kicks, spinning punches, all these things. Muay Thai, elbows, knees, clinch, and then MMA, all that.
Yeah.
So there's more ways to lose. So you can lose. So like by boxing, you can lose by.
Right. There's no submissions though in boxing. You know
There's
what I
no
mean?
submissions in boxing. So you're just getting punched in the head and the body, and that can. I mean,
The goal is to knock him out.
the goal is to
Yeah.
finish the guy or to
Yeah.
make the ref go, oh, dude,
Well,
this
and
guy's
I
had
guess
enough.
his opponent was trying, like, hey, we need to stop. You're not okay.
Yeah.
But
Well, and what a lot of people don't realize. So remember, there was all those like backyard fights and even backyard wrestling to go back there, right? So with these backyard wrestling and these backyard fights, there was one that was called Dog Fights on Netflix. It's a really good documentary, but it was about backyard different fights. Like they would have fist fights and all that stuff. And I get that people want to. There are states where you can have mutual combat, which I think is really cool. So, like, if if Clark and I don't like each other, be like, Clark, call the police. So you call the police and you say, hey, I've agreed to fight this dude, right? Could you be there to break it up, right? Most likely I'd lose because Clark's a tough little kid. He's got the age on me.
I'm gonna toast your child, bro.
So
we got beef.
So, but when you do a wrestling match and you do an MMA fight or you do a kickboxing, most, if not all, are going to be sanctioned either by the state or a governing body. That governing body, the state, so like when you wrestle in Kansas, Oklahoma, wherever you wrestle, the athletic commission makes sure that people are following the rules and that you're doing the things. You're not doing things that are illegal. No blood in the ring, no weapons or whatever these things that the regulations have said. So when you're boxing in the ring, you have adrenaline, right?
Right.
So that adrenaline that's your fight or flight. Like that's you're I don't want to say superhuman, but you're on different levels because your heart's pumping, you're more blood, that reptile brain is going. But also along those lines with the athletic commission, from an athletic commission, you have hopefully qualified refs, but you also have a medical staff, right? So in case there's something to go wrong,
Touche, I got you. Right.
So yeah, and that's why they have the doctor check on you, which really, I mean, if you get starched or knocked out, that means your brain shut off. Like that's when people are like, I think I got a concussion. If you went out if you went out at all, yeah, you got a concussion. Your brain short-lined.
Isn't that crazy?
It's nuts. And then I've seen it once or twice where people have seizured.
Oh,
and they've
wow.
been like, oh, what is it? Well, it's their body resetting. It's like a reset button. So they're the nervous system trying to get back and all this.
It's like
all this crazy stuff.
Defibrillator from the inside.
So this is so you get on that. But yeah, no, I'm proud of JPH. He's grown as a fighter. He has so much to teach people. Just how it is. Even just starting now, teaching people, even just basics, and even just doing that. We're going to build a good team. We're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to build good people. I saw a quote that was like, "You don't build good fighters, you build good people." And I'm like, that's how it should be.
That's cool.
You should have people you like working out with. So yeah, it didn't go our way. A couple didn't, but speaking of that, one of the guys, it's Oklahoma. This kid's name is Tater. Tater McSpadden. How is that not a pro wrestler name? Think about that.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I'm not.
So I want to believe you, but I
No,
can't.
yeah.
Should've
This
been
kid is
like Tater Gator, or
Tater.
They can't control their last name.
So Tater McSpadden is this kid's name, and he's like 18. Cool kid. He's 18.
Doesn't sound
kid.
like it.
He's a cool kid. His fighter. This happens sometimes too, where they weigh in, right? They even face off or whatever. And then the next day, oh man, my engine broke. I can't make it. Like, oh, I can't. You'd be surprised how many people it happens to. Like, oh no, can't make it. Oh, got called into work, or oh,
Like they make it
fell,
that
hurt my
far,
leg.
and then they're like,
They do it, and then they get there. And
like,
for some
sorry,
reason,
dude,
it's
that
just-
dude intimidated me.
So a guy took the short notice fight,
He said he was going to make French fries out of me, man.
Tater tots. When he has kids, they're gonna be tater tots. So when they fought, it was a 3-round war that ended with Tater winning by like a triangle choke from the bottom, because this other guy was a wrestler, really good. I mean, he picked Tater up and then slammed him. I mean, just not even just like took him down, picked him up and like made him do a 360.
Damn.
Boom. So
He had to win.
So after it, he goes, "Yeah, I broke my hand." So then maybe I'll put him on our page, but I think the first metacarpal, is that right? Am I right? Maybe. Instead of being
Yes.
straight here,
It's spelled Tater.
It's bent
Oh,
in.
that's awful.
That's really
Yeah. But the crazy part is, the guy he fought posted, "Is it possible to break your nose on the opposite side of the side you've had it broken and had it reset?" So this guy broke his nose, but it could possibly have reset his nose, because if you broke it this way and Tater broke it this way, it put it right back where it needed to be.
Oh, there
So
you
that
go.
so but I
Free
mean,
doctoring.
yeah, there you go. I would prefer to actually have it done by doctors and not in a cage.
Nope.
So
I don't
it
trust
was-
doctors.
What
So-
happens when you fight a guy named Tater?
But that was the first time I was judging fights down in Oklahoma, and they were like, so I'm there, and you're supposed to keep composed and just watch the fight. And then they were like, they named the one kid like, "Oh, Jimmy Smith, whatever," and then they go, "In this corner, Tater," and I went,
What an idiot.
I'm like, no way can this kid be named Tater. And then like, Tater McSpadden, and I was like, I gotta ask about that later. So then I ended up going to finding that coach at a different, his coach, and I go, "Man, I was at this fights, and then one of the kids was named Tater." He goes, "Oh yeah, it's one of my guys." I was like, "For real? Is that kid's fucking named Tater?" I'm like, "Yeah, his name's Tater." I was like, "Okay." As long as it was,
I
like
just
he
needed
didn't
to
give
make
it to
sure.
himself. Exactly. So it was a full night. I drove back, dude. I got home at like 5, so I was exhausted.
Right, I bet, yeah.
So yeah, it was fun, and we're just he's going to get better. I'm going to get better, coaching and seeing things. I'm the worst corner. I just yell things because I get so flustered because
Right.
there's so much running through my mind.
Because you're either right there or you need to fix this real quick before he's right there.
Well,
or-
in being on the outside, you can see it, so you can
Exactly.
be like, "Oh yeah, Bob, kick, or whatever." You can see it, and you want to do it,
Right,
Because you
yeah.
can see it, and then you see your guy in trouble, and you're like, "Oh, I can," but I see it exactly. That actually, I can't remember when that happened, but I've done that before. But yeah, no, it was fun. It was a good time. We got down there. The venue's great. It's done.
So where was this at?
It was in Buffalo Run, Miami, Oklahoma. It's spelled Miami, Oklahoma.
Okay.
It's done. It's a promotion called, I think it's Extreme Fight Night, and it's run by a guy named Dale Apollo Cook, and he's been around for a very long time and very established guy. And I mean, that show sells out all the time.
Wow. That's
There was a
crazy.
lot of people there, and it was funny because this lets you know how strict the athletic commission is. So Thai fighters can put Thai liniment oil, which is mostly menthol and alcohol, so
Okay.
it warms up your muscles, get you going, and people use it before, after, whatever. And I guess the day before at the rules meeting, they said they could. So JPH is putting it on, and one of the commissioners comes back and goes, "Hey, who put that on?" And Josh was like, "I put it on." He was like, "Nope, you can't do that." He was like, "Already on. Don't know what to tell you." And the guy was like, "Come with me." So I'm like, I'm not gonna leave my guy. So I walked out too to see what was going on. And the head of the athletic commission goes, "You got to wash it off." Well, luckily there was a shower in our warm-up room that he was able to use to get it off. But it just lets you know these little things the athletic commissions are like, "Nope, can't do that. Nope, can't do that." So I don't even know how it goes on the wrestling side that you have to deal with.
Well, I mean, as long as we have our blood work and our physical, they don't really care.
Like that. But as long as you're not bleeding in the ring, right? Like you can't. Is there something about no blood in the ring? Is there a rule
No,
like that?
no. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much on the promoter and how they want their show to go.
Okay, cool. I didn't know
Yeah.
if it was.
I mean, I'm not going to bleed in the ring. You're not paying me enough
you got
to bleed.
Diamond skin, bro.
Well,
You can't bleed.
If there was anything able to penetrate my skin, I would not bleed in the ring
Let's see. There you go.
because you're not paying me enough to bleed in the ring.
But yeah, so like I know you've talked about your Metro Championship. It's
Yeah, no, I don't get tired of talking about it. If you want to
I
ask
bet
me
you
more
don't.
questions about
I
it,
bet you don't. You cocky son of a bitch.
I'm proud of what I've accomplished.
No, I'm really proud because we would sit here before filming and stuff like that and talk
Just
about
say how much I deserved it. So
because this is the thing too. So like I think people see physically the changes you've made to it. You know, not for the championship, but to just better yourself and to elevate your game. You know what I mean? The diet change, getting because some people you could hand them the fucking world. You could hand them the book and say, "This is how you succeed," and they go, "Ah, man, this looks like a lot of pages. I don't know if I really want to read that." And you're like, "Motherfucker, read this book.
right.
Like this book will help you out." I don't know
Because the ROI of reading it is exponentially greater than the time it's going to take to read the book, kind of thing. Like,
you know, and it's small things that you can change to get better, and people don't even want to do that.
Right.
They're fine where they at, and if you're fine where you're at, awesome. But if people want to,
if you want something more, or feel like you deserve to get
if you're
something more
if you're
back,
complaining about something,
just don't complain.
just don't
Right.
complain about it. Live in your lane. You know,
Right.
live your truth. That's the kind of the new motto I've been trying
Live
to.
your truth.
You just live your truth, man. Like if
You're
I
so
see,
mainstream.
If I see someone hitting the bag and they look awful and they haven't asked me for help, live your truth, man. If you think that that's great and you think that that works,
Well, even
live
if you
your
don't think
truth,
it's great,
bro.
even
What
if
if
you
they don't?
know it's garbage, but you're like,
Yeah.
I'm happy with it. It's all about your contentness.
That's what if
contentment.
they're content with it.
One of those things.
Not even
yeah.
not even if I'm content with it.
Right.
I gotta go. They're content with it.
Right, right.
Why should and also too? Why should I deviate my path to help whoever with whatever if they've never asked and they don't want it? Because
If they
that's the
don't
thing too.
want it,
That's the
right,
one
yeah,
thing I'm
that's the
learning
big
as I get
thing.
older is don't help people that don't want your help.
Right.
You know, if they come to you, and I've learned, give them a little bit. Because then you see whether they want to continue with it.
Exactly. Yeah, you have to give them that first taste. The first
can't-
taste is always free.
Exactly. And also, too, a lot of things are business. Like, you know, like, I can hold pads for people. I can do stuff, you know, I can do things with people. And, and that's, and sometimes it's different. Sometimes it's not, you know, sometimes it's a special occasion or we're getting ready for something and it's a deal or something's worked out. But my time is worth money. That's what you have to do.
Especially as a business owner. I mean, like, you have people that are paying to train with and for you. They deserve your undivided attention, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
For that time slot. So outside of that, like, yes, before and after practice, you can do whatever you need to do on your free time. But for that business time, it's the paying people who are
Hey,
there. Like,
things I've learned from gyms, that if people are paying you their hard-earned money, right?
Right.
And they can pay anyone else their hard-earned money and pay more of their hard-earned money for it.
right.
Is be on time,
Mm-hmm.
be clean,
Right.
and the one thing that I had a problem with was I would have people there and I'd be like, here's everything. When people just want to learn basics, people just want to learn very beginner things. People are cool with that. I'm not, because obviously I've done it for a while. That I either want to go harder or drill harder or do different things or have a different way. But people that are just getting into it or maybe just wanting to lose weight or just trying to get better, right? So your guy Powell, right? John Powell, the guy.
Oh, Jason Powell.
Jason Powell, my
Yeah,
bad.
Powell,
My bad.
yeah.
Like, I guarantee you he doesn't go, hey, for a beginner, right? If someone just goes to him and says, hey, I want to lose 20 pounds, he's not like, hey, your macro, micro, like this whole...
Exactly right,
This huge breakdown of everything. Then he just goes, hey, try doing these 3 things. Gives them like 3 or 4 things that they need to start doing to get on that path. Now, more of an athletic... an athlete that is in shape or that's already has building blocks, then you can do more with it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
a lot of things, that's a good way to put it, because a lot of what I try to
my
explain
nose
to
is-
people at work is like, they'll come in and they'll be like, I'm starting this new diet, or I'm trying to do this, or I want a fat burner, or just whatever it is. And I'm like, do you know how many calories you intake on a daily basis right now? And they're like, What do you mean? Like, well, how do you know how many calories you should be intaking on this new journey if you don't even know kind of where you're starting at? And I'm like, take an extra week, eat how you would eat. Like right now, you're hungry, you're going to go to your kitchen and eat just whatever's in there and whatever you'd normally eat. But write it down.
Track it.
For a week. And just see like, wow, I'm eating 8,000 calories a day. Who fucking knew? You know what I mean? And then, you know what? I'm going to give you leverage. Eat 5,000 a day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's drastic numbers. You know what I mean?
But like you're saying, it's
eat whatever you're gonna eat, but then scale it back on like that normal.
And also, too, people go, well, I've heard keto works, or I've heard intermittent.
Oh my God! No!
fasting works.
I'm gonna stop you right there before you even go there. People walk into my work every day and they say, "Do you have those keto pills?"
Yes.
And I'm like,
keto pills.
Well, are you on the diet? And they're like,
That's gonna no.
What?
No.
Like, what do you mean? No, no, it's just a keto pill. I'm here for a keto pill. I'm like, keto's a nutrition plan. It's like how you eat. It's not a pill you take.
Yeah.
And they're like, what do you mean?
Whoa.
And they don't even know that it's a whole nutrition like change. And I'm like, you don't need any. You need to learn how to eat.
It's
in a balanced and healthy way. Like keto is not for everyone.
Yeah.
Keto is not for your average person just trying to lose 20 pounds and be happier with how they look. Like keto is the
dude. I've had a lot of friends that have done like Slim for Life and all these
It's an Atkins diet.
Keto is absolutely.
And also too, to stay in ketosis is
no one wants to buy a pea strip either.
You have to.
They won't. They're like, wait, I have to. Hang on, what?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, how would you know?
How would you know if you're in ketosis or not?
Right.
But like those Slim for Lives and like those meal plans, like people lose weight and they're either for a wedding or whatnot. They lose that 20, 30 pounds and they're like, oh my God, this is so great. And they get off of it and they gain it right back. Why? Because they went back to their old ways. If you keep eating the healthy way, most likely you're going to stay in shape.
My advice is always convenient and consistent. Whatever's going to be convenient for your day to day and make you be consistent is going to work. It doesn't matter if it's fucking keto or so. Like if you know you have a daily routine, how can you make what you're supposed to eat convenient for your daily routine so you don't have excuses and reasons to get something else? Then it's going to work. It doesn't matter if it's fucking keto. It doesn't matter if you eat. Just as long as you stay within the calories that you should be eating based on your activity level, your height, and your weight. It's going to fucking work, but people are inconsistent and they go home. And I've been there and I've done it and I've gained weight and I've lost it back and I've done this and done that because pizza's so good and so convenient.
Pizza's awesome.
I love pizza.
And now you're eating
God,
for two.
I'm in love with pizza. And you're eating for two now,
so
I've got to eat for
You've
three.
done it before. Is there any pregnant food that's like your thing? What did you?
No, don't say no because she kept for me for 9 months. She kept from me with Clark that she was going to Taco Bell and hiding these cheesy fiesta potatoes from Taco Bell. She would go while I'm at work and get like 2 or 3 a day and eat them and hide them. She would hide them.
7 or 8 a day.
6 or 7, and she would hide them.
So, was it just like the salty?
Probably the fats, honestly. A lot of fats in our brain and body development, so it's probably just the amount of fat.
It was so good. You think you might go back to it?
No,
at least hiding it?
I just want food.
Definitely hiding it.
That's just how I am right now. Is just food. Because I think we were eating. How we were eating wasn't enough, so now I'm just like.
Yeah.
I want to eat constantly.
Well, so when you had the wrappers, were you like, oh, like was it like you had?
I'd throw it away there.
You would throw it away there,
or I'd finish it at like Quick Trip.
They come in like these little bowls, right? So she would.
Did people walk by you and like, don't touch me, my husband? Just because I didn't tell my husband.
That way. John's like, you can't eat that way. Like he's telling me, you're trying to go to Taco Bell and get these potatoes. So then I stopped telling him.
You know
I had to change too. Like I would have.
So she's not running our card or anything.
I knew how much it was.
Wow. You know who else does that? My 600-pound life, where they'll go pick up the 8 pizzas, but then stop by like McDonald's and then hide the wrappers. That never doing it, no way, shape, or form, or anything like that. But it's just like
this is the exact same thing.
But it's not. I don't even want to say like just lying. But it's those things where you're like, no, I don't need a receipt. You know, like, I don't need a receipt.
Why would I need that? I paid you in change.
So there's these gluten-free animal crackers
God damn.
and this peanut-free chocolate I can have. Shut up! I only get 2 things, bro. I get 2 fucking things in life, and together they make
That's
almost
rough.
like a crunchy bar. Trust me, but could you imagine? Like this bench wouldn't fit me if I could have everything. You know, if I could just eat real pizza. Love real
God,
pizza.
I feel
know.
so bad for you that you can't because I want real pizza
I
right
know. Just
like,
break down and eat it. But one time I came home and the wife goes, "Oh, what's in this bag?" And I go, "You won't believe it. I got jumped." Right? And she's like, "Oh, what? Like, what? Like, are you serious?" And I was like, and this guy, he didn't like physically attack me, but he changed out my bags. And he put this disgusting chocolate and animal crackers in there. And he told me if I don't eat them, he's going to blow up the house. So every now and then, like when I get stuff, not every now, she's gonna be like every now and then, so consistently, because it's whatever. But because I don't got anything going on right now, that she'll go, "Oh, that guy stopped you again," and I'm like, he's a monster, and I can't stop him.
now.
You know, he's just.
Do you want to lose this house?
I was like, I don't even know how many guys he has with him. Like, this could be a whole thing. So that usually is it. Or like, I'm like, hey, do you need anything? Like, if I'm leaving the gym, I'm like, hey, do you need anything while I'm out? She goes, no, what do you need? Where are you going? And I'm like, shut up. Nothing.
I need to keep this house.
That guy's out there.
It's always the house.
Sometimes I think, you know, like when you have those thoughts, like, what if there is a guy out? Like no one's gonna believe me. It's like that cried wolf. Like, there's a
Exactly,
guy.
yeah, you're like,
It's-
I'm going to eat these cookies.
And they're delicious, and I can't help it.
They're probably not, but
You know what I would do is I would take them
You
and
just
melt
talked
the
about that.
chocolate, and then take Rice Krispies, right, and mix it.
are they gluten free?
What?
Rice Krispies?
Rice Krispies? Yeah, rice.
Wow.
They're puffed rice,
Oh.
basically. So no worries, no worries. I wasn't gonna get. Hey, we're
I never honestly-
We're easing back into it. I'm not gonna.
To
jump
be
on
honest with
right
you,
now.
dude, honestly, I never ever associated Rice Krispies with
Rice?
real rice.
Yeah,
I just thought this is cereal.
it's good cereal.
Yeah, it's not
It is,
bad, but
yeah.
yeah, with marshmallow and gluten. But
Well, of course. Well, they're gluten free too.
what marshmallows?
No, yeah, those are.
Really?
Mhm.
Wow.
Like,
Don't you hate it
Rice
when they
Krispie
put
treats-
like gluten free on shit that shouldn't have gluten in the first place, like your beef?
like water or like water? They're
Yeah,
like,
you're like-
gluten free. What?
Like, well, but wow, yeah, dude, Rice Krispies I never ever associated with.
But then I would take them and I'd
Kinda mind-blowing.
I would roll it out or like spread it out on like a cookie sheet or like on a cookie paper, and then freeze it and then have like a crunch bar. Fat kids will find a way. Kind of like in Jurassic Park where they're like life will find a way.
Yeah.
Fat kids will find a way to make
Touche,
make
man.
another crunch bar.
That's crazy.
I make since we're going to be doing this more regularly, I'm going to need pregnancy updates with food, like where you're at in food, where you're doing.
Interesting. Well, we're always at level pizza.
Level. Okay, so is that like a threat level midnight type
No,
deal?
this
Like,
is just I really love pizza, and Teresa hates that I love pizza so much because I could eat it every day for every
annoying.
meal. I love pizza.
So I tried to change. I'm like, hey, let's do taco pizza then. Like, let's
Bro, she made a homemade taco pizza the other day.
legit.
switch it
It
out.
changed my life.
Okay, what went into this pizza?
It's just taco pizza, right?
Well, like
she texted me one
I
day.
did regular
I was at work and she just
like
said,
regular pizza crust?
"Hey, I think I'm gonna I should make a taco pizza sometime." And I said, "Oh my god, please make it tonight." And then she did.
do it now. Like you're on the phone, like I swear to God,
Dude, do you want to keep our house?
this guy, he's telling me if you don't make it, he's gonna kill me. So regular crust. We'll finish out on this for this episode. Well, taco pizza.
Good
Tease
way to.
taco pizza. I like it.
Salsa mixed with
So that's our sauce.
Refried beans.
refried beans.
Whoa, what consistency do you have with that? Is it like spreadable? Does it hold together?
It holds both. Yeah,
Okay,
I was able
okay.
to spread it, but there was still like the beans were still you could
wasn't
They
sure
were
if it would-
distinctly refried beans.
yeah.
Gotcha. I just think like thick paste, runny salsa.
No,
No,
thick
it was
paste,
thick.
thick paste,
Okay,
thick
It was
paste,
thicker.
thick paste.
Gotcha.
It was more the consistency of a refried bean than a salsa.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So like chunky.
And then the
Well,
flavored
smooth, but-
meat taco
Taco
sauce.
seasoned meat.
Yeah, and then taco sauce.
Beef, right?
Drizzled, yeah.
Beef.
And then taco sauce drizzled. Lettuce, tomato. And then we use Quest chips.
We use Quest chips and Greek
Instead of
yogurt instead of sour
Doritos.
cream. So it
What?
packed a protein punch.
Right there. And
But-
a good alternative.
But it doesn't
Lettuce,
matter. It doesn't matter though
tomato.
because I still ate half of the whole damn pizza. So
like half a pound of meat.
But
and-
because
yeah.
you have to kind of have to do a thin crust since the
Well, yeah, because you.
beans.
Mhm.
But also too, you don't want a thick. You almost want like a cracker,
Yeah.
like a nacho, like just a
Crispy.
nacho type deal. But like, did you ever have Godfathers?
God, it was so good. No, I
Taco
never had
pizza?
Godfathers. I don't think.
Dude, they
Casey's
have their
taco
taco
pizza
pizza.
is-
Yeah, and then Casey's has a good taco. But Godfathers, I think has a better.
I've never
better
had it.
taco pizza.
I don't think that there's anything special about it. It was just I've never made it before. So.
Yeah.
No, it was she sleeps on her homemade pizza because she makes this chicken and beef and homemade pineapple pizza that is just to die for, and it's got more meat than any pizza you're gonna buy anywhere else, and I love it so much. It's fantastic. And I wanted her to make that, and then she's got this taco pizza idea, and I was like, well, you gotta fucking do that now. So
What are you gonna like put your ear up to her stomach and be like, oh yeah, that baby, you know what that baby wants to eat? Pizza.
I've already pulled that joke actually. So
There you go.
I mean, what did
we're
I tell
both
you? Actually, I
comedic
said
geniuses.
I think I was like, hey, if you're gonna carry my baby around, you're gonna feed it pizza.
Were you
He
fed
said,
pizza growing up?
He said,
I don't
let's
know.
What do
feed
you
that
want to say?
baby some pizza.
Yeah.
You know what though? I like that positive. Let's feed that baby some pizza.
Yeah.
That also me. Like that baby can't eat
There
all the
we
pizza,
go.
right?
Right,
You can't
yeah.
eat all the pizza. So I can only imagine. A good way to end this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good
I
to
like
catch
it.
that.
It was
Lighthearted and
lighthearted
heavy-stomached.
and with pizza. Any conversation with pizza is good.
I agree with that.
But dude,
Cowabunga, dude.
I'm proud of you, bro.
Hey, I'm proud. I'm proud of me too.
Yeah, you should be, asshole.
Thanks.
You-
Oh yeah, no, you've done great too.
Thanks.
Yeah,
thanks
way to
for
go.
that
Way to
representation.
go.
You know how to finish this out, or do you remember how?
Thanks for watching.
No.
What do we?
You say your social media, and then you say,
Is that it?
"I'm John. I'm also
Been
John."
too long.
Jesus.
I've been John,
I've been John.
and we're gonna get the hang of this.
Oh Jesus.